Hey everyone, thanks so much for tuning in. In this video we're going to take a look at the Kizer SLT, a collaboration between custom knife maker John Gray and of course Kizer Cutlery out of China. So I've actually lagged quite a bit on this video. I think this knife I've had it for, I don't know, maybe 6 weeks to a month. Good news is I've put this knife through just about everything. Food prep, camping, zip ties, cardboard, thread, packaging, tape. I mean, this knife has kind of been through it, and it's done quite well. So anyways, we'll go through the specs, overall impressions, and details as always. Quickly, here's what the knife ships with. Kizer box. Inside, you'll find, if I can get it out, another box. Inside that box, you will find a zipper pouch, microfiber cloth, warranty card, and so forth. So this line, which is I think it's the Bladesmith line. I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but anyways, all of the knives that are in this line come packaged essentially the same exact way. So moving that out of the way. So yeah, based on so this is actually based on John Gray's S.L.U.T, and they shortened the name to S.L.T for hopefully obvious purposes to most of you. Let's jump into the specs. And I do have another Kizer here. This is the Ursa Minor. That is a collaboration with Ray Laconico. And aside from the size, this will serve as a good comparison in terms of action and so forth too. Anyways, specs on the SLT back here. Blade length of 3.5 inches, handle length of about 5 inches, giving us an overall of about 8.5. Handle thickness, two different dimensions here. So handle thickness here is about 0.5 inches, but since we do have such a long clip here, the thickness at the clip is actually 0.66 inches. So obviously that affects the way it goes in your hand. The blade material is S35 VN. Blade thickness is 0.157 inches or 4 millimeters thick. So it does run on a ball bearing system, ceramic, has a ceramic detent, stainless steel lock insert, oversized pivot, titanium handles with one single standoff, and a nice milled 3D pocket clip. Also unique to this one is a pivot head that uses a Phillips screwdriver, so pretty interesting. Okay, so I'll show you quickly with the Ursa Minor. Thickness looks to be about the same. So, yeah. One thing that I really like about Kizer is remaining true to the high value proposition. I think they are the last Chinese manufacturer of really high quality knives that are still in the low 200s. Street, this thing is about $215, $220 or so. And that is, for the quality, that's I think the cheapest price. Perhaps Steedman is also maintaining that, but they are not as well known as Kizer or We or Riot or who else am I forgetting? Someone else. Anyways, so that's it's kind of jumping into the overall impressions, but let's do that. So fit and finish is excellent, of course. Action is quite good. Ergos are outstanding. I think this is absolutely a beautiful design. I like the oversized pivot. Some of you guys may not. I like the Phillips head screwdriver. It stays true to the custom. It's unconventional for knives. It's just kind of a crazy over-the-top detail. So I'm quite fond of that. So yeah, again, excellent fit and finish. Great lines, great designer to collaborate with, and good value proposition. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much it for the overall impressions. Again, I put this knife through just about everything. It's performed beautifully, so I'm quite happy with that. There's really nothing bad to say about the knife. For the price, for what you get, you should be happy. If you're not, then you haven't handled enough knives, and that's just how I feel about it. So let me show you real quick, again with the Ursa Minor. Let's start with the action. So the Ursa Minor is as far as action goes, it's the best Kizer knife that I have ever handled. and it's just insanely fast, insanely smooth. Even with that lighter blade, they really did a great job of dialing in the action on this one. So this is by far the most impressive action on any of the Kizer knives. Now the SLT here isn't bad, but it's not as smooth as the Ursa Minor, so you get great flipping action. You want to shake it pretty hard, it'll get closed. So yeah, I mean, it's smooth, don't get me wrong, and there are a lot of people who don't like knives that guillotine or fall closed like the Ursa Minor does. So, you know, if you don't like a knife that, you know, drops close, this one's going to work well for you. Now, one of my friends who lives next to John Gray and hangs out with him all the time says he has one that does drop freely, so, you know, perhaps mine here has a little bit stronger lock bar tension than his. There are going to be slight variances even in high quality production knives, so that might be one of them. You know, as far as Kizer in general, I think they've done a really good job of, you know, nailing the titanium frame lock. I think they've got it. The fit and finish keeps getting, you know, better. Small details like the nicely rounded edges here on the knives. I really look forward to seeing them take it to the next step, as long as they can stay price competitive. If they have to jump in price like a lot of the other companies do, then I'd rather see them stay in this, you know, a little bit more basic form if it means the prices are closer to 200. So hopefully that makes sense. Again, they are the kind of one of the last brands to maintain the high value proposition. All right, details. Man, taking a long time on this video. Really nice stone wash, kind of a polished stone wash finish. Quite attractive, but does hide wear very well also. Model number, S35VN logo, and then S.L.T and John Gray. It is a flat grind, partial flat grind here. Has a nice wedge up top. Beautifully sharp even after all the use I put it through. This S35 has been heat treated quite well to maintain the edge that it has for me. No jimping on the flipper tab. I might have slipped once or twice, but totally works. No jimping here on the spine of the blade either. Everything's just kind of rounded and smooth on this one. Handles, there are two variants. There's this one, and then there's one with like a, I don't know, like a rock pattern finish. This is the smooth handled version. The two screws for the stainless steel lock insert, which you can see right there. And of course this massive oversized pivot that I'm a fan of. It's just kind of a fun detail. It's over the top. I think works well with the design. Creates an interesting kind of focal point on the knife. So I really like that. I forgot to check if this is stainless steel or titanium. I don't have a magnet handy. I'll have to annotate that down below in the description box. So, and then of course it does have the Phillips head, which is pretty neat. And it also functions as the over travel stop, so can extend past the pivot there, of course. They have taken the effort, which some companies don't do well, like Spyderco, to create a chamfer here on the inside, so disengagement is really easy, no drama. And then again, everything else has been rounded, so quite comfortable in the hand. And John Gray, he's a big guy. I saw him at the USN show. I didn't talk to him, but he's probably the same size I am, and his hands are no doubt as big as mine, and this thing just fits like a glove. You know, again, no jimping, but man, it just feels like it was made for my hands. So very ergonomic, very comfortable. I feel like I get a really solid grip on this thing, even without additional traction. It's comfortable in a plethora of grips here, so draw cuts for me. I do a lot of draw cuts, so very comfortable in that fashion. All right, the centering, just about spot on, perhaps a smidgen over would be perfect, but close enough. Obviously no issues of it rubbing the liners there. And lockup is just about, oh, I don't know, 40, perhaps 50% solid. Very, very solid. So beautiful 3D clip. No sharp edges whatsoever. So even though this is a huge clip, covers obviously more than 50% of the handle, it just kind of rolls into my hand and I don't feel it at all. Again, I've got really big hands. John Gray, I think he's a pretty big guy too, so perhaps if you have smaller hands, you might feel it a bit more, but it just kind of disappears in my hand. So again, hopefully it fits your hand the same way. If you guys have a little bit smaller hands, please comment in the comment section below and note if you do have the knife, not if you've seen pictures of it, whether or not that does work for you and your hand size. So anyways, one standoff. Again, the titanium is plenty strong, but yeah, great design, great user, and a price point that I think a lot of people, if they are interested, can get behind. And this knife will, definitely serve you well in EDC and pretty much all of your tasks. So anyways, we'll go ahead and leave it there. Again, I'm really happy with this knife. I'm going to continue to carry it and use it. I'm just a big fan of the design overall, and probably will not be letting this one go anytime soon. So yeah, great job Kizer, great job John Gray. If you guys are interested in his work, I think obviously you can pick up one of these. I think he's done like custom anno on a few of them, or you can contact him about his custom work as well. So Kizer SLT, thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Again, long overdue, so I just kind of thrown it together here, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care.